This video is powered by the official Convention Reviews Twitch. If you love video games, follow the link in the description to head over there and be sure to give it a follow so you don't miss when we stream. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Convention Storytime, or welcome for your first time to Convention Storytime if you've never seen one of these before. I actually had gotten quite a few new subscribers before I did that last Storytime that I did earlier in the week. So just really quick to explain, Convention Storytime, if you didn't figure it out, is where I just kind of tell stories of things that have happened to me and my friends at conventions that we've went to that I think are interesting and that you guys would like to hear about and might be interested in. So last story time that I did on Monday, we were talking about some anime Milwaukee stuff, and I happened to mention that I had backstage passes to the Rave and went backstage, and I wasn't going to talk about that. Like, I wasn't going to tell the story of it because I wasn't sure that it was interesting enough to tell on here. But a lot of you guys requested that I talk about it, like a lot of you. So I couldn't really ignore that. You guys want to hear about it, so, I'll tell you about it. I'm going to flesh out every detail just because I didn't think it was interesting enough to be a story time, so I'm going to really try and go into detail on everything and try not to forget anything that happened so that you guys can hopefully get as much out of this story time as possible. And then on Monday, hopefully Monday, I might still be putting out Indiana Comic-Con stuff on Monday, but if I am, then on next Friday, whenever I put out the next story time, I'll be back to my normal list of stories of stuff that I know is interesting enough to talk about. So, it started when we got to Anime Milwaukee 2015 on Thursday. We run into Jeff Ito, who's the guy that's running the Rave. We know him kind of well. Like, we don't know him like personal friend-to-friend level or anything like that, but we know him well enough that we've seen him at raves, and we've talked to him quite a few times. I've actually been on stage for him, I think, just once before at IkasuCon, but it was too dark. I couldn't really see anything, and I had a worse camera back then, so I couldn't really pick anything up. So it was a fun experience, but I couldn't really use it, which kind of sucked. So this year we get to Anime Milwaukee, and he's the first person that we run into. Like, we literally walk into the skywalk, and there he is, and he's like, "Hey guys, I gotta find you later because I gotta give you some backstage passes to the Rave." And we're like, "Cool, awesome," because obviously for my channel we record and stuff, and he wanted to let us up there so that we could record and get awesome footage. So we're like, cool, we meet up with him later, we get the passes, and that's that. Then come the Rave. So we go into the Rave, and it's pretty bumping. There's a lot of people in there, and I had been on stages before. This wasn't my first time on a stage, even for other people, like other than Jeff. I had been on other stages before, and to record the backstage stuff, but this was the first one that was different in the way that there was actually like a back room, like that was separate. Other ones that I've been on, there's maybe like a little bit back behind the curtain, but there's really nothing there, and you go up and you just record on stage. But this time, so there's me, Dakota, Drew, and my girlfriend Stella, and Nate. Did I say Nate already? Well, that's all of us. And so we go in and we're like, we need to go backstage because we were recording some stuff and we wanted to record some stuff from on the stage. So we go up to this guy who's like standing there with his arms crossed, not letting people in, and we show him our passes and he feels them and lets us back there. And you go back and it's basically just some tables set up with like different things sitting on them and a bunch of people back there. I don't even know who all the people were. Some of them were DJs, some of them were people just helping put the rave on, some of them were other like photographers and videographers. There's just a bunch of people back there pretty much chilling, like just hanging out, like getting away from the rave and talking and just, having fun. So we're walking through there to go up on the stage, and we're like looking around like, oh wow, there's actually stuff back here. I guess that's the first one that I'd actually seen stuff back there at. And so the first thing that I notice is that some of the people who are going back there with us are a little bit too excited, which is cool. Like, you're going on stage, but and I talked to them about it later. I was just like, guys, you gotta, be professional. Like, act professional with this stuff. Jeff was nice enough to give us these passes. Don't go up there acting all crazy. Like, I don't know. But both me and Dakota thought that, and we talked to everybody, and everyone was cool with it. They understood. But they were just excited to be. It was their first time ever being on a stage at a rave. So I can understand the excitement, but to me, everything I do, I'm like, act professional. Always act professional, because you don't want them to think that you're someone who's just like messing around and you're just doing this for fun. Like, I mean, we are doing it for fun, but at the same time, very serious about the channel and want to act professional with all stuff that I do. So we go up on stage, and it's pretty cool. Like, you're probably seeing the footage of it right now, because that's all I'm going to show for this video is footage from the rave and up on stage and stuff. We're recording a little bit, but we decide that we want to get off and we want to just take turns going up, only 2 people at a time, because there were a lot of people on the stage and we didn't want to just overcrowd the stage. And while we're out there, we notice Jiminy Cricket, who is the girl Lalita DJ that you're seeing during this video. I don't know if she's up there right now or not, but and we're like, hey, when are you coming on? Because we're going to leave for now, and we're going to come back later. And she tells us she's going to be on at like 11:30 or something like that. So we come back then and go up there and record, and that was an awesome experience just in general. Like, recording with her DJing, because I had never seen her DJ before, and she's a really awesome DJ. Like, you should check out Jiminy Cricket if you've never heard of her and you're into this kind of stuff. She was really cool, and she was so into it. She's really good at getting the crowd hyped. Like, the first guy that we saw, I think we actually missed the very first DJ, which I think was Tetsuo. But after that, I think it was Theotoxin, who was definitely cool, and his stuff was good, and he was getting the crowd hyped, but it was nothing like what Jiminy Cricket was doing. Like, she came up, and she just controlled this crowd. It was really cool. So we just did that for a while. Then Jeff told me that if I want to come back up around like 1:30, because when she was switching for Bad Corey to go up, who was another DJ, that there was going to be a proposal. So I was like, well, yeah, I got to see that. Like, I got to get that on video. So we go down, and we're just hanging out for a while. And then around 1:30, we're like, all right, guys, let's get up there. And I think maybe we didn't take everyone up there, but I think we took more than just 2 of us up there this time, because we were like, we got to get this proposal. And we go up, and we're waiting for it to happen, and we're waiting, and then it happens a little bit later than 1:30, but he said, roughly around 1:30, so it wasn't a big deal or anything. It was cool just, being up there on stage again. But at this point, I'd already gotten so much footage, I was like, I don't need any more. So we're waiting, and then finally it happens, and it was super cool. I had never seen a proposal at a rave before, and my first one to be on stage from, like, the best view possible. It was awesome, and then everyone just started chanting, "She said yes! She said yes!" It was pretty cool, and maybe I'll put some of that video in here at the end of the proposal. Yeah, I think I will. So you're not seeing it right now because I'm going to put it in at the end. And that was pretty dope. Like, I'm not going to lie. That was a pretty cool experience. And then we're going to get off and leave, and when we're going to leave, I run into DJ Tetsuo, who is a DJ that I've talked to quite a bit before the rave. Like, I've known him... I almost said for a while. I haven't known him for a while. I've known his stuff for a while, but I actually started talking to him at Anime Crossroads 2013, and we've talked a few times since then, and I was really sad because I missed him playing, but I saw him playing the night before out in the lobby area, and I was on my way out, and he stops me, and he's like, hey, I want to introduce you to somebody, because he knows my channel, and he likes the videos that I do. And he's like, hey, I want to introduce you to somebody. And he introduces me to, I don't remember his name now because it was a crazy night, but the con chair or the head of BronyCon, which was crazy. I didn't even know this dude was here, and he was tall. He was like towering over me, because I'm a short guy, if you don't know. Never met me. I'm really short. I'm like 5'3", so I'm a really short person. A lot of people tell me that I'm shorter than they expected me to be when they meet me in person. But anyway, so... this guy's really tall, and I meet him, and Tetsuo was just basically telling him about how, like, he really likes my stuff and how I do awesome videos, and that I should really go to BronyCon and do videos for this guy's con so that I could show it off and get it out there. And I just thought the whole thing was really awesome. It was a really cool experience, and we got to talk about some more like behind the scenes stuff with the raves and DJs and things and other different cons. So it was really cool. I hope this story satisfied you guys, because a lot of you guys wanted to hear about it. So I hope it was as good as you hoped. I'll go ahead and throw in the proposal video here at the end so you guys can see it if you didn't see it during the raw footage, because a lot of people don't watch my rave footage. That's one of the reasons I wasn't sure about doing this, because I don't get nearly as many views on the rave stuff that I do, but I'm really into them, so I'm not going to stop doing them, and I'm going to continue to talk about them because I find them fun, and I know that some other people do, even if it's not the vast majority. So thank you guys so much for listening. The next time I do another story time, I'll be back on my normal story times like list that I've got, so I know that I can be confident in them being quality. And until then, I am headed to Indie Comic Con this weekend, so I will be putting out probably not a review or a tour or anything, but just like a music video and some vlogs of Indie Comic Con on Saturday, because that's the only day I'm going. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you at Indie Comic Con.
Oh, it's him.